Hello my soccer universe, let's talk Champions League draw, and I'm wearing already one of the big winners of the draw in Barcelona. The other ones are more or less up there as well. Further down are more or less the losers. The big losers are probably the two Premier League teams who not only face the tougher opponents but also land on the same side of the bracket and have rather big stumbling blocks in between a potential Premier League semi-final. So yeah, this is one part that we saw. And the other part is, of course, and I'm talking Italian perspective, Milan fan here, it would have been Inter. It still angers me. But then again, I mean, the Italian teams didn't really deserve it based on their performances to move on. The other big storyline is, of course, that the opponents of Real Madrid and Bayern Munich are from their own country. Real Madrid have a city derby against Atletico Madrid, so what we could have gotten with Milan. And Bayern Munich have to face Leverkusen, and while they're ahead in the league, they have not won against Leverkusen this season, and Leverkusen have recently outplayed them. Yes, the two games in Munich were rather lucky, so that makes it extra spicy because Bayern Munich really would like to play their final at home. The pathway, I think, is overall doable, but it's not the easiest pathway. In any case, enough of me rambling. Let's look at the pairings as they got drawn. And we have the big one, of course, Liverpool against PSG. So this is the really tough draw for Liverpool, where Barcelona have to play Benfica, and we get that matchup again. Goals, I would imagine there. Then Inter have to play Feyenoord, who had just ousted Milan, so they go back to the San Siro. Can they do another miracle? At this point, I don't put it beyond them. They actually will get some injured players back, so that would be interesting. And Arsenal have to play PSV. I think it's also quite an interesting one, although Arsenal should easily win this one. I don't know yet how Arsenal will do without Kai Havertz and, some players coming back injured, but that's beside the point. We're talking Champions League only for now. Then the two big matchups that I already talked about, Atletico against the Real Madrid. I mean, it's the worst possible draw for Atletico Madrid because Real Madrid is the one team that has consistently been beating them in knockout competitions, and this might open up now the path for a potential 5 meetings between those two in the league, 2 in the Champions League, and they are also potentially on a collision course in the cup final. However, Atletico have to overcome Barcelona first, so might not be a given. And I've already talked about Leverkusen against Bayern. And then the two pairings that are probably a little bit discarded. We have Lille against Borussia Dortmund. I think Lille actually would have a chance in the form that Dortmund are currently in, or lack of form I should say. And Aston Villa face Club Brugge. Sounds easy. They have already beaten them before. Now that was the easy part of the draw, and you also see who is favored according to my model, which I largely agree with. The one thing that I really didn't like about the draw, I mean, we have the bracket, but then they decide also for the quarterfinals. Let's make a draw for who will play first leg home and so on. I actually think that the higher seed team should have the second leg at home, but they decided to draw it again, which of course made my graphic a little bit more complicated. So I give you here the bracket that we know who will play home, and then when you see L1, this means this team will have the first leg at home, and L2 means that this part of the bracket will have the second leg at home. So we see PSG, Liverpool will face the winner of Club Brugge against Aston Villa. So potentially Liverpool Villa, which we just had this midweek already. Whereas the winner of the Madrid derby will face either PSV or Arsenal. Liverpool will host the first leg against the winner of Club Brugge against Aston Villa. Or is it PSG? I shouldn't just say Liverpool because I don't think it's a given that Liverpool will romp over. And the winner of Arsenal, PSV also will host the first leg. And then the left side, of course, will face each other in the semi-final, where the bottom part will have the first leg at home, so there will be no Bernabeu comeback in a semi-final. That much is also for certain, and I think it's interesting to see who will go in there. I mean, Arsenal and Real Madrid seem to be the huge favorites on the bottom part, and then I would argue Liverpool and Aston Villa for the top one, but PSG will definitely be an interesting part. The other part of the bracket, I think, is a slightly easier one. We have Barcelona, Benfica. Barcelona will be huge favorites there. Dortmund, Lille, coin flip. Barcelona would if they should move on, play the first leg at home, and then they would have to go to either Dortmund or Lille. Not easy, because those are two tough places to play, but then they already have played in Dortmund and actually did quite well there. The winner of the German duel will also play the first leg at home against the winner of Inter against Feyenoord. I think Inter really liked that one, because they would expect Bayern Munich to go through there. They have already something to do with Leverkusen, because they lost to Leverkusen in the last minute. And yeah, so I think Inter will like their chances to make it at least to the semi-final, and once they meet Barcelona in the semi-final, I think they will like their chances there as well. And now lastly, let's look at how this draw changed the overall chances of winning. It leveled out things a little bit. Arsenal still on top. Arsenal are still the top favorites to win the Champions League, because they got the favorable PSV draw, whereas Real Madrid have it a little bit harder. But I think Real Madrid rather play Atleti than they would play Bayer Leverkusen. Real Madrid sit now in second spot, level with Liverpool, but Liverpool got down because they really have this tough draw against PSG. Bayern move up, that should tell you something. Inter, Barcelona just behind Liverpool and Real Madrid. PSG, yeah, of course, you play Liverpool, it's not gonna be easy. At the moment I'm shooting this video, I don't know when each of the fixtures will be played. I only know that the first legs will be played on the 4th and the 5th of March, and then a week later, 11th and 12th of March, the return legs. Check your local listings, and of course I will be talking about these games once they have happened. Any case, please let me know what you think about the draw overall. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. I'll talk to you soon about more things in my soccer universe. Bye! Hey there, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, here are some videos and playlists that you may enjoy too. Also, please consider subscribing to my channel and hit the little bell icon so you get notified whenever something happens in my soccer universe. And with that, have a wonderful day. Bye!